So for my next video, I'll be doing Superboy, or Kon-El Kent. It's a very nice figure based on the art of Mike McKone from the Geoff Johns reboot of the Teen Titans. He comes with this base, it's the logo of the series. Very nice detailing on the jeans. You can see the seams all the way down to the cuff. Nice detailing on the boots too, or the shoes. The nice leather belt with the belt buckle. Folds in the shirt. Pretty good face. Very true to the art. One thing I don't like is the downward look on, how the figure kind of has this sulking pose there. So for articulation, his head does go side to side. His arms go around 360. There is something that's very rare on these DC Direct figures. There is a bicep swivel. He has an elbow joint, very limited. Legs go forward and back more than forward. A little bit of a knee joint, not much, and that's pretty much it. Well, back when Superman died in his battle against Doomsday, Cadmus Labs came up with Project Superman, which was a project to clone Superman. They met with lots of different failures until they came up with the idea of mixing human DNA and Superman's DNA. This was the result. His growth was accelerated to that of a 16-year-old. Of course, he makes his first appearance during the reign of the Superman. As a teenager, he's very much into getting stuff and acquiring fame, girls and things, cars, nice apartments, big TVs. He gets a manager, and he becomes involved with the reporter Tana Moon. Because of their connection, she gets a job as sort of reporting on his activities. He goes on this world tour until he settles in Hawaii. A former worker with Cadmus Labs is now working with this evil conspiracy group called The Agenda. Creates a clone of Superboy and names him Match, and unleashes this clone virus to all the other Cadmus clones. Well, eventually he gets cured, but because of his cure, he's stuck at age 16, so he can no longer age any. And he returns to Cadmus Labs to be their agent. Superman then shows him a virtual reality Krypton. He offers his Kryptonian name, Kon-El, basically saying he is now part of his family. Something that was unsaid for a long time. And he becomes part of the concept that has fallen aside, and that's the concept of hypertime, where all the realities that have happened in comics, everything that's happened in comics has happened, it's just a different reality. He meets an alternate Earth Superboy. He meets the Earth 1 Kal-El Superboy, and an adult version of him, the evil adult version of him called Black Zero. That's when he also learns that Clark Kent and Superman are one and the same. After that, the Sins of Youth happen that establishes Young Justice. When that's all over, his block, his aging block, is removed, but he remains powerless for a little bit. He remains part of Young Justice until Donna Troy's death, and then it kind of half-heartedly gets together with the new incarnation of the Teen Titans. Quickly grows to enjoy the new Titans, really solidifying his relationships with the past members of Young Justice. From then he's sucked into the future, or a future, with the second version of the Legion of Superheroes, and he spent a great deal of time with those Legion, fighting Darkseid, who was using mind-controlled heroes from the past, and that's how he wound up in the future. He escaped from Darkseid and found the Legion. He manages to bring the Titans into that Legion's future, and they defeat Darkseid. And when they go back in time, although there's a little hiccup, and they meet themselves in a reality where they've now taken on the names of the mentors, so he has become Superman, and Robin has become Batman, but they're not the Titans that we know. They really have sort of taken over part of the United States and run it like a dictatorship. It's there that he learns that because that the group was not together, the Titans were not together during an upcoming crisis, it might be Infinite Crisis, this timeline happened. So when they finally go back to their correct time, he really takes upon himself to kind of keep the Titans together. Unfortunately, his resolve in that is tested when Luthor, who it is now found is the person whose DNA was mixed with Superman's to create Superboy, has also posted a post-hypnotic suggestion into Connor where he can take over and control him. He manages to break himself free of that control, but is so devastated by what he did under Luthor's control that he leaves the team, coming back only for a brief time during Infinite Crisis because Superboy attacks and he calls all the heroes, and then later he gives his life to destroy the Anti-Monitor's tower, which is threatening to destroy all the universes, including the current DC one. During 52, he is a big part, even though he's dead. Wonder Girl is looking to resurrect him, so she joins this cult. And of course he's brought back in the Legion of Three Worlds, where Starman, who's come back from the 31st century to the 21st century, in the pages of JSA had gotten a job as a gravedigger, manages to save Superboy's life, digging up his body and putting it into the same matrix chamber that healed Superman after Doomsday. He emerges in the 30th century whole and alive. He gets sent back to the 21st century. He still struggles with his Lex Luthor side, but he's come to the realization that he will never be as evil as Lex Luthor. Recently, in Blackest Night, he has become a Black Lantern because of his death, although, spoiler alert, that doesn't last long. In a cool part in Adventure Comics, in the recent Adventure Comics, by recent I mean last Wednesday, he he breaks free of that.